Hey guys, it's Jeff with Half-Ass Gaming. Just wanted to give you a little update on the channel, and I know I haven't posted anything in a long time. Well, not a long time, I guess, but probably a little bit too long. But just wanted to tell you what's going on with the channel, with life, with work. Work's been rough dealing with the nor'easters here up in the Northeast, so pretty much working 12 hours a day right now, other than my normal days off, but I was on call last week, so a couple of days I was out when I normally wouldn't be working, so there are some limitations there. I haven't really done much by way of modding or anything of that nature in a little while now. Just because I've been so busy. When I come home, my son's even in bed sometimes, so that's a little tough. Don't really get to see him a lot right now, so that part sucks. But as you can see, I got my fancy trucker cap on, which looks pretty sweet, gotta say. I got the shirt thing going, so make sure you're checking that out. It's on Facebook. I'll leave a link in the description here so you can check it out if you want a shirt. There's shirts, sweatshirts, long sleeve shirts, tank tops, all available for you to purchase. There's 4 or 5 colors for each thing, each shirt, sweatshirt, whatever. So you can kind of pick a color that you might like, so that's nice. Yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you about what I've been working on. You've probably seen a whole bunch of pictures of the Retinure by Corby I'm working on. I've got the mats almost sorted out. Not quite yet, but they're almost there. Then I gotta work on the loads. I have an almost completed 5150 custom 389 that I built for a private party. Still a couple of things to go with that. I'm doing a little tweaking, adding a couple of little things, changing some of the mat values on that, kind of make sure it's just perfect for him. He already has a copy, but obviously you want to get it to him as quickly as possible, and then try to roll out the updates over time. Also, the East 4-axle dump, that's going to be courtesy of AMT. It was purchased with their funds. I just kind of spearheaded the project, so it'll be going through some checks and balances there. I also, you may have noticed, removed a couple of mods from my workshop. The Freightliner FLD. I haven't done anything on that in a very long time. It just became very hard to work with because the animations and some of the parts of the interior are very broken and were from another truck. I believe the FLB, maybe? I'm not exactly sure. There's like 4 trucks in that directory in the models directory, so it can kind of screw up, like if you have the FLC or the FLD, and the fact that the animations are kind of wonky, it ends up breaking every time I try to kind of adjust it, and it's, there's errors there, and so it just makes it annoying. The one by Harvin is up on the workshop now, so you should be able to pick that one up. It's also got the mid roof. It doesn't have the flat top, which kind of sucks. If I can do anything more with it, or I'll just maybe even leave the current configuration on the website so you can download it instead of if you want to use the actual flat top, or you actually want to use the FLD that I was working on. So let me know in the comments if you want to use the FLD. Also, the International 9800i, Cyrus, the actual virus, has his on the mod sites if you want that one. There's also the one that Harvin put up as well that is on the workshop. So that's where those are at. Like 9800 was, I mean, there was no options. You could change the wheels, but that was about it. That was just kind of boring to me, frankly. So that was the end of that. So what's next for the channel, you're saying? Well, I don't know. I'm doing a couple of, or not doing them, but kind of like thinking, what can we do? And aside from me learning animations, which I've done a very basic one, like I've gotten the wipers to wipe. But, you know, when you're dealing with interiors and there's like, you know, 20 different gauges or whatever, not quite the same as getting the wipers to go back and forth. Granted, obviously baby steps, but we all know how long it took to make these models look as good as I can make them now. So with the animation thing, being that I only have like an hour at night before it's time for bed, makes it a little difficult to kind of learn something that in depth right now. So maybe someday, but the next thing for the channel is probably going to be how to map a model. I noticed that a lot of people are asking about it, and or even I could add how to pull a UV map from a model if it already exists. That's obviously something pretty helpful. So definitely, you know, want to get into that and kind of figure that out. But the other thing that I might start doing for the channel is when you get, you know, it doesn't have to be a truck. It could be a trailer. It could be, you know, whatever. I'm thinking about doing like a review from a modder's perspective, kind of. So like if it's a truck, I want to be able to put it into Blender and check it out, show you guys, you know, what's good, what's bad, what doesn't really matter. Stuff like if the defs are good, if there's errors in what they mean, or if there's warnings in what they mean, stuff like that. I can kind of tell you like what's going to conflict, what's not going to conflict, because I mean really nobody runs a profile with like one truck in it. Granted, it's usually Viper's 3X9, but it's not really reasonable to put half of one truck into another truck and not expect there to be problems, because that's just what happens. And maybe that's something that I can start. I don't know how in-depth that's going to be or how difficult. I mean, I know some models, it's hard to even convert them to be able to be used by Blender depending on the language that they came from. A lot of times other languages can use or have a character that turns into something different in English, and Blender doesn't like to convert it, stuff like that. So that's what's next for the channel. I mean, I can even go into stuff like just def editing stuff, like my camera mod, for example. You know, what does that mean? What does that def say? What is it editing? Stuff like that. So, like I put a trailer wheel mod out a while ago, you know, and I can dissect those kind of small things as well. So what I need really is assistance to let me know, is that something you're interested in? Let me know in the comments down there, and we'll see what we can come up with. So the other thing is there's 8 days left. 8 days left for shirt, sweatshirt, tank top purchases for the initial run, which is going to be a reduced price. You'll be able to get them afterwards, but I don't think the price is the same. So we need 11. We have 8. I'm sorry, we have 8 left. We have 3 purchased. So I know they're a little bit expensive, but it's what I have to work with. If I did it through a local dealer, I don't really have like $500 to throw around and print out a whole bunch of shirts hoping that somebody would buy them. So that's why I did it this way. I could kind of design the shirts that I wanted, and hopefully somebody will pick them up. But so that's what we're looking at for update on the channel. Just trying to figure out if I should be doing a modders mod review, if you will. So let me know in the comments, and we'll see you out there on the road. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.